Ah, 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 That totally was not relevant to anything. It's just because I'm wearing a Little Mermaid t-shirt. It's awesome. Oh crap, Supernatural. This is episode... I put 14. It's episode 15. Hashtag Thin Man. I didn't realise there was a hashtag until the episode title came up in the episode. So basically, Ghostfacers are back, and that's awesome. Sam and Dean is still like, they just don't like each other. But there's this teenage girl taking selfies, and I was like, please stop taking selfies. That even for a person who likes taking selfies, that's getting excessive. Just stand there and stop it, stop, enough. You have a problem. She gets killed basically. Her surname is the same as mine. Wow, that's never happened before. I didn't really think my surname was a thing that would happen in America, but obviously does. Sam and Dean still, not on good terms. Dean was going out on a hunt, and Sam's like, dude, so can I come too, kind of thing? Oh, you're not inviting me? And then Dean's like, do you want to come? She's like, yeah. So he's like, okay, come then, fine. I don't care. So off they go, investigate the crime scene, and this guy's like, oh yeah, there was these supernaturalists or something. Supernaturalists. And they're like, what? Supernaturalists, huh? And then they find out it's Ghostfacers! And so they're pissed, obviously, because they hate them. They sort of, go meet them at the diner, where they are, and they're just like, hey, we hate you guys. Stop what you're doing! More people getting killed by this Thin Man that they are, searching for, the Ghostfacers are searching for pretty desperately. And all the way through, Ed keeps saying, dude, I think we should leave this to the Winchesters. And we're like, oh, is he doesn't he want to be Ghostfacers anymore? Does he want to stop? And so Harry goes off to find Thin Man himself, because Ed has gone to find Dean and Sam. I've just missed that whole chunk, but... And he's basically like, well, I made it up. Ed made it up because he wanted to carry on the Ghostfacers, but it's coming true, and Harry gets attacked by it. He gets stabbed, but he's okay. I was worried for a second. I was like, don't start killing the Ghostfacers. They are the longest surviving people besides Sam and Dean, and even then they've died, so technically Ghostfacers are the longest surviving people ever. So obviously this truth comes out, and basically there's a whole parallelism with Sam and Dean's relationship with how Harry and Ed's relationship turns out. Dean and Sam are telling Ed to tell him right now that this Thin Man isn't real, because secrets ruin relationships, and Dean looks at Sam like, you little fucker. Why would you do that? Why would you bring this into it? And basically, that's what happens. He tells Harry that he lied and he made it up, and he couldn't forgive him. And does that ring a bell? Ding ding! Yes, it does. But yeah, Sam is struggling to forgive Dean for keeping a secret from him, i.e. he let him get possessed by an angel. No big deal. No big deal, don't overreact here. But basically we find out that this, police-y dude, who looked to be like a rookie, was actually behind it, along with this busboy from the diner that was getting disciplined by his boss, who died. And it turns out that they just heard about the Thin Man, decided they were going to be Thin Man, and they were just killing people that sort of didn't do what they want. So they killed the teenage girl taking selfies because she wouldn't go out with the busboy, so he had to teach her a lesson. Weird. And they killed the boss of the diner because he treated him like crap. And they killed the sheriff because he wouldn't give him time off. As you do. It was a bit of a sort of Scooby-Doo thing, so they take the mask off, and then it's like, hang on, we know you. Boss boy. They would have got away with it if it weren't for those meddling Winchesters. Yeah. That's about it, really. And so now it's sort of the end of the Ghostfacers, so I don't know if they're going to be back or what's going to happen with those guys, because, well, they've split. No more Ghostfacers. I don't think it's going to happen, to be honest. I think now it's done. And I think that was sort of the way of ending the story. Because otherwise there was always room for them to come back, and now it's sort of like, well, they might not now. So I suppose it gives it an open choice for whether they want to or not. Likes! Mostly I just wrote quotes that were really funny for this. They'll probably be in a bit of a weird order because I've just written it. It's a bit of a cluster of stuff. Basically, I just like that the Ghostfacers was back. I know they're not the most popular characters, not everyone really likes them, but I like they were back, and I like that there was a whole, like, new thing for them, so they were actually hunting a specific thing and not just ghosts. I have a ton of quotes here, like I said, so I'm probably just going to recite them and it's going to be really boring. But before I do that, I just think that the whole idea was really good. Sort of that it was getting online. It was sort of showing the power of the internet as well, so, which isn't normally shown apart from the Hell House episode where the Ghostfacers first started out, except that was hellhouse.com, and that was sort of similar in the sense that because everyone was believing it, it was coming true because of the Tibetan Tulpa, so, and that was mentioned, but it wasn't to do with that. It was just these two dickhead guys. Yeah, I just like the idea, and people keep saying it's to do with Slender Man. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what Slender Man is. They probably have based it on that, but I have no idea because I don't know what Slender Man is. It's always a good idea. I think this season so far has had a mix of really interesting episodes and a few sort of iffy ones, like the Garth episode, obviously, I think you know, didn't really gel with me, and the Dog Dean one, which would have been really funny, it's just the voices were too comical, and, yeah. So, basically, Dean and the Ghostfacers just said a lot of funny stuff. Sam didn't really say anything notable that I wrote down, as far as I can see. Apart from the fact that he mentioned cosplay. He, I disliked that because I cosplay and Sam mentioned cosplay. That is literally it. That is one of the only things I said about Sam, apart from one more thing that I'm going to do after I've done the little quotes and stuff. I like Dean calling the gun a lady gun, because, I don't know. And I love how he called the, the thin man, he said he looked like Garth if he shaved his face off. I just found that funny. Most of the reasons I put these down is because they're funny. 50 Shades of way too much protein. And also, I like the line where he says we're getting a snorkel because we're going to be swimming around in so much. I think we know what they mean. It just reminded me of The In-Betweeners. I don't know if you guys have seen it. UK comedy, probably one of the UK best. And I think there's a new film coming out at some point. But yeah, it just reminded me of that, and that's why. I just got punched right in the feels. It's sort of representing us fangirls that get punched in the field, kicked in the feels. Ooh, what a hit to the feels. Ooh, right in the feels. Yeah. I mean fanboys as well, because sometimes they get a kick in the feels. But also, the formation of sticks in the shape of a pile. That is something I would say when I'm trying to be intelligent, which isn't very often, because I don't often succeed. I liked how Harry had a ninja costume, because I want a ninja costume. Jealous. I wrote Dean and Sam in suits, brackets, nom. They're in suits in almost every episode when they're FBI, but apparently this week it was just notable, so I had to write it down. Yeah, they're always really attractive in suits, so I don't really know why I pointed out this week, 'cause it's kind of a given, it always happens, and they're always very attractive. I don't think I've ever seen them in a suit and not been attractive. I'm thinking of Samatha in the end. White suit, Jared Padalecki, Rose Bush. Oh, what I really, really, really loved, and I adore, is they were talking about viral videos, and Dean said something like, what would have been viral is when you were 5 and you jumped off a shed dressed as Batman, and how he was dressed as Superman and he jumped off before age 9, and Sam broke his arm, and how Dean took him to the ER, and I loved that story so much. Like, I had seen a picture on Facebook, that one, before I saw the episode, and it said something like, if you've seen the episode, the latest episode, you'll understand this. And I was like, okay. But it was just and I was just like, oh, okay, what, you know. And then I watched it and I was like, oh, I love little stories like that. And it's just so cute. And I kind of wish that they like filmed a flashback of that, but that would be really pointless because it's not really relevant. But it just would have been adorable. A part that was really important to me was that when Sam and Dean were tied up and they were, you know, about to be filmed being killed because those dickheads, and the guy was literally just about to cut Dean's throat or stab him, and Sam was like, no, don't! And it just, you know deep down you still care for him, Sammy, you know it. I'm not stupid and you're not stupid, you know it. You just don't want to show it because, I don't know, but you should show it. It's okay, we're not going to judge you. We're not. God's sake. Yeah, I just really like stuff like that because it's, I really, really, really hope they sort things out soon because there's only so much my feels can take. Dislikes Sam and Dean's relationship right now. That's pretty much speaks for itself. And then I want them to forgive each other. I mean, I want Sam to forgive Dean because Dean has nothing to forgive Sam for, I think. Yeah, and that just makes me really sad that they're just not getting better right now, and I really hope it happens soon. I don't want season 9 to finish with them still, like, hating each other. I don't want it to be like that one of them kills each other or something. It's not gonna happen. I also said don't kill Harry because that's mean, and like I said before, that means that the Ghostface, well, I suppose Ed would be, but they wouldn't be the longest surviving characters anymore. I don't know who would be, actually. Like, is there actually anyone? I don't think so. It'd probably be, like, Kevin or something, and he's already dead. For some reason, I put tasers in the dislike. Like, partly it was really funny, because, like, tasers, but, like, at the same time, it's like, no, because it means they're gonna get hurt. So I guess that's why I put it in dislikes. And like I said also, what made me really sad was how Harry and Ed were completely parallel to Sam and Dean right now. Like how one of them had a secret, they told the secret, and the other one couldn't forgive them for it. And I just, it makes me sad. Did I cry? I did not. I'm sorry, I apologise. Was I meant to cry? I didn't get the memo. And I put star of the show, I put Ghostface / J squared, just because they're all equally awesome in this episode. And Sam and Dean, I mean, Jensen and Jared did a beautiful portrayal of being tasered. Star rating, I did 4 out of 5 because it's a good filler episode. It wasn't too shabby. It was, you know, it wasn't perfect, but it wasn't terrible at the same time, which is always a good thing. Next week we have got Crowley on being a bit of a blood junkie. Uh-oh! And not again! Ah, we're regressing back to season 4, huh? That's like one of my favourite seasons. And I believe this will be the episode that Snooki is turning up in. So yeah. Let's see how that goes. So I'll just leave you on this note. Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun, wandering free, wish I could be part of your world. That was dedicated to Sam and Dean Winchester. Bye.